Hello and welcome back to part 3 of 3, getting your lawn ready for spring. Hello and welcome back to number 3 of 3 on our getting your lawn ready for spring, actually getting it ready and being ready for spring. So this is the third. If you haven't caught the other two, have a look in the link and you'll be able to find those. So onwards. So what have we got? We're now still I think it's the 6th of February. We've been a little bit delayed, so apologies for this one a little bit later than we would normally do, but what you will see is a little bit of I would call it discoloration on the lawn from the moss control. So if we just quickly go back, what we did, we chopped the lawn down with a lawnmower, a battery powered lawnmower, a little bit shorter than before. We then put our battery powered scarifier on there and we've combed the moss out, but again haven't obliterated it. And then we put down the Lawn Association's new moss control mixture, which should be available any day now. So if we come down, and if you just come down and have a look where I am here, what you'll see is basically because we opened it up first, what you can actually see is fantastic sort of moss control. If you look at that plant, the whole of that moss plant is brown and slowly dehydrating into nothing. So the moss control on here has been absolutely fantastic. We've gone on for effect, I suppose, to try and show on camera, but we've gone on here about 3 times. It doesn't need that, but it will show you that you can't actually scorch with this product. It's really impressive, and obviously we applied that through our little battery powered handheld 5-litre sprayer as well. So it was really simple to use. We'll have another video on that at some point. We'll show you exactly how we did it. So the moss control, very safe. It's done exactly what we wanted it to do. Now if you pan around here, you can see the slight greyness to this. But if you come over obviously onto the untreated lawn, you can see quite some difference. We've got some wonderfully lush moss in there as well, very yellow, very healthy. If we pan back round to where the moss was over here, it's actually it's burnt it so well that some places you can't particularly even see it. It's actually quite tricky to see, partly because my eyesight's particularly rubbish, but partly because it's dehydrated it really well and really quickly. So we've mown our grass, we've scarified it very lightly. Apologies for the traffic, but my filming does bring a lot of spectators. I'm joking, there's one cat over there and that's about it. So we've scarified the lawn, we've moss controlled it. We did mow again afterwards to pick up any little bits of debris. If we just go over, as I say, this is sustainable lawn care and this is how easy it can be. So the scarifier or the mowing took on this sort of 100 square meter area, took about 5 minutes, probably less than that. It took me longer to get the mower out. The scarification, including sort of raking up a brown bin's worth of organic matter, grass clippings, whatever you want to call it, took about another 20 minutes. The moss control took about another 10 or 15 minutes. So it's a really quick operation, and this probably is all that somebody needs to do every year. But the final stage is probably the most important one, and it's probably one that a lot of people don't do, and that's feed the lawn, because the whole object of pruning, what we call scarifying a lawn, is to regenerate plant growth. If you don't feed the lawn, you're basically just putting it under stress by scarifying it and then hitting it with some moss control product as well, drying the leaf blade up. You've got to get a feed down, and you've got to do it pretty damn quickly, because the whole thing that we want to do now is fill that back in with grass before any weeds or anything else has an opportunity. So this is the key element, and we're incredibly lucky, and excuse me while I bend down here, we're incredibly lucky to have what I believe to be the best lawn fertilizer in the world. I know a lot of lawn fertilizers, too many if I'm perfectly honest, but True Grass is more than just a lawn fertilizer. It's actually a soil conditioner as much as a fertilizer, in fact more so in fact. And this is made from composted recycled food waste. And the reason, which we'll do on another video anyway, but the reason composted recycled food waste is used is because some of the products, some of the food waste products have natural minerals, humic acids, amino acids, fulvic acids, and that's where it's going to improve your soil. So when you feed a lawn, you get double the benefit with this. And this in particular comes in a sort of 1.7 kilogram tube. It does have a little applicator, but I personally think that it can be done a lot quicker. Although this was something that we started off with, we've gone against that with the grass product because we've actually made it even easier. If you remember the little battery powered sprayer that we had, we also have a little battery powered spreader. And the biggest benefit of probably all, apart from having the best product available, probably one of the best handheld spreaders available as well, is we actually calibrate it for you. We tell you how often to put it down, we give you the setting, we make it incredibly easy. So without further ado, let's go and have a look at the spreader. So there's lots of different ways to put fertilizer on your lawn. There's lots of push along spreaders that people use, especially the more enthusiastic type of lawn guru. But for the homeowner, what about this wonderful little tool here? And we'll go through this again on another day. We'll talk about it a little bit more. But again, if you look at this, this was the same battery that came out of our little battery powered scarifier. So you've got a wonderful little thing here. It certainly holds a fair amount of product. I don't know exactly how much it would actually hold, but there's a little adjustable rate here that opens the gate at the bottom, and there's also something here which gives you a swath, or how wide your swath is going to be, and then a little speed control down there. All of these we sort of put a little leaflet in for you to give you an idea of how often you want to feed, how often you want to be in, or how much you want to be in control of your growth. You can put this down incredibly heavily and it will last some time, but the key to the lawn care, certainly feeding, the best thing you can do is feed a little and often. Now that may not suit everybody, but that's what you learn from how enthusiastic you want to be on your lawn. In most cases, the more you apply, the more nitrogen, phosphate and potassium you're applying as well. So again, we've done that thinking for you. Because it's working as a soil conditioner, you know, you almost can't over apply this. And because if you have a look in here at our fantastic product, which is absolutely gorgeous, it doesn't actually give you the idea of composted recycled food waste, of course, but this is how good the product is. And being organic, what you will find is that, again, you've got no worry with scorch. A lot of the products you buy in garden centres, you know, can have herbicides in them. Nothing at all. When you're feeding, feed. If you're moss controlling, moss control. Individual jobs, you'll get a much more effective result. So when it comes to this sort of feed, you almost can't over apply. You obviously can, but by the fact that we're going to give you the gate setting and the speed, it's going to allow you, apologies again, it's going to allow you to make a quick decision on whether you want to do it every 4 weeks, maybe every 8 weeks, and that's just relevant to the product you're putting down. But this is going to work on and enhance your soils. Unlike a lot of these little blue prills and orange prills that you buy, which are essentially polymer, basically putting plastic into your lawn, It's very, very cheap technology, very old now, and it's something that certainly I don't agree with. And if we're looking at sustainable lawn care, we've got certainly a source here made from composted recycled food waste. We've got a battery powered spreader. Again, it's time to get it down, so let's have a little go and see where we go. So there you go, all finished, in my best disco gear as well. So battery power, really simple. I feel like I've cheated there. I've not had to do the spinning around with the little hand spreader. I've just literally pulled a trigger there, and it's incredibly easy. This can obviously now go off and work its magic somewhere else. So all done. The tube will do anywhere, depending on the application rate and how often you want to put it down, it will do anywhere between probably about an 80 and 120 square meters. So it's done this perfectly in one tube, a little bit left over. So all we got to do now is wait for the most important bit, and that's nature. So there we go. February the 6th, a little bit early if I'm honest, but temperatures are still moderate. This is going to be now another video coming at some point once nature's done its little bit, to see how quickly this can kick in. We're hoping that certainly sometime around March time, it might be at the beginning, it might be at the end of March, certainly what we would call spring, this is going to look nice. This will look lovely. The grass will have started to fill back in. The plant would have taken up some food, and we'd be sort of on the road, if not at the end of the road of recovery. And then it's just a case of just mowing your lawn and maybe feeding it throughout the year as well. So it's really, really simple now. It's down to whatever weather's going to be thrown at us, and let's see, in a few weeks time we'll follow up with another video to show where we are. But it's all sustainable, it's all very simple. 100 square meter lawn, perhaps sort of renovated, if you like, in less than an hour. It's not difficult to do, and now's the exciting bit, and let's see what happens in a few weeks time. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you very soon on the next video.